The Edo State chapter of the All Progressive Congress on Friday evening last week inaugurated its campaign council for September 21st governorship election. It promised victory and urged all members of the party to see themselves as members of the council. Former governor of the state and chairman of the campaign council, Senator Adams Ashomole, while inaugurating the campaign council, said that titles do not matter and urged members of every party in the state to work hard to win the units and wards, adding that every member is a canvasser and he will sweep Senator Monday Ohonbamu into office of governor. The inauguration is contrary to the belief that the APC in Edo State is divided over the choice of the governorship candidate, as stated by Prince Emmanuel Odigie on our show. Joining us now is Honorable Paul Ohonbamu, former Deputy Speaker of Edo State. Can you tell us, to the contrary to what Honorable Odigie said yesterday? He said your party is, in shreds. There's a conflagration in your party happening that is an implosion, and just a matter of time that they would, port to the winning party, which they call the PDP. Have your party at first taken a disciplinary action against Honorable Odigie at first? When are you going to send him out of the party?
Thank you very much. I don't know if I can call him honorable now. Mr. Emmanuel Odigie has been suspended from the party. That is the first leg. And okay. Of course, what he did was clearly anti-party. He laid so many spurious things down and concluded that our candidate is incompetent. He said many things. I listened to him when he was on your program. The three cardinal things he said were: one, that the primaries that brought Monday Ohonbamu, the senator, was flawed, and that so people are angry and no one wants to work for him. That is the first one. Second one, that Monday Ohonbamu is gross incompetence on the part, that he is not competent. That's the second one. Then the third one is that he does not know what he's doing. He could not distinguish between zoo and a museum, and that is a weather. I don't know if I can take all these three seriatim.
Okay, so can you tell us the antecedents of Monday Ohonbamu? What was he doing before now? What was his trajectory and historical antecedents like? Can you tell us about that? Was he in the business of welding at some point, like you asked? Like you said? Like he said?
No. I think, no, it was an alternative truth. Okay. Alternative truth was, put down by Gordon Truth. But what I'm saying that, for Monday Ohonbamu, we know his trajectory from beginning till now. He is an ICT guru. He set up from the very scratch two formidable companies that now have international, and global status. The Chapman computer, as well as the Interweb Satcom. The Interweb Satcom, as at 2009, won the award in Geneva for being the #1 in Africa to African satellite provider. That is somebody who is incompetent. He has been there doing it even before the emergence of G3. The Interweb Satcom was already there. He dominated the ICT world. He is ICT guru. And everyone knows this. That is Monday Ohonbamu. He even helped Israel to develop their main satellite company. He helped them. In his company, we have over 1,500 staff. And the general manager is one Cleopatra Ibe from Edo State. And these staff drawn from all over the world.
Are all of these things verified that he helped the government of Israel to develop their satellites?
Yes.
He helped...
Not government. No, I said wait now, hurry slowly. I said he helped the satellite company in Israel.
What satellite company did he help in Israel?
Israel, not the government.
What satellite company did he help in Israel to develop a satellite?
Wait now. Please, repetition cannot activate our lives. You asked me and I heard. Let me reply.
Okay, go ahead.
He helped the Geno Satcom company.
Okay.
It's a company just like his in Israel. So he has branches all over the world.
Okay.
So he has branches everywhere. And with this, he has transformed his community, the whole of Edo Central, including Emmanuel Odigie, who has been a beneficiary. So when he came out to say he's incompetent, it's somebody who does not have antecedent merit to talk about like that.
How was Odigie a beneficiary? We're just getting clarity on these things. How was Odigie a beneficiary of Monday Okpebholo's gestures?
Yes. When I say beneficiary, that one way or the other, he has benefited, pecuniary benefits from Monday Okpebholo.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so...
when Monday Okpebholo was declared, excuse me, wait now. When Monday Okpebholo was declared the winner after primaries, you need to see the ecstasy, the joy, the happiness that Emmanuel Odigie exhibited during the affirmation when we went to Elora Hall. He was so happy that he slipped, almost fell. People heard him. So yesterday, when we interfaced in an AIT program, on that program, I asked him, when did you now encounter this, your new epiphany? You were very happy, joyous that day, that they declared him winner. Now you said no one wants to work for him. If there is flawed primaries, we know the consequence, we know the corollary. After the flawed primary, there will be fusillade, floodgate of litigations. In APC, there is no litigation. All the aspirants, they are all singing from one hymn book, the same hymn book. Whether it's Yamu, whether General Ariawe, whether the former minister Clement Agba, all of them, including Professor Osumbo, they are all working. They even surrendered their facilities to Monday Okpebholo for use.
Okay, all right.
Their campaign offices,
all right.
all.
All right. I mean, even the former or deputy governor of Edo State is also, that's Mr. Philip Shaibu, because you're enjoying the benefit. No, because you're enjoying the benefit of what you're saying is anti-party from Honorable Odigie himself. So it's double standards, isn't it? When he favors you, it's a good thing. But when he doesn't favor you, it is anti-party. I'm just as an aside. But very quickly, I mean, go on.
Yes.
Very quickly. Honorable Odigie, why did he, what would you then say is responsible for this U-turn? Is it jealousy? Is it that there's something that he's looking for from the APC that he hasn't gotten that has made him do this U-turn? Or just, like you've mentioned, or the APC in the state has said with regards to Mr. Philip Shaibu, is because he has seen the light and he wants to work for the good of the Edo people?
Thank you. For for Emmanuel Odigie, I cannot actually point to anything now. But the reasons he gave are not tangible reasons. I think the last word on the course why he has made it tergiversation, U-turn, is yet to be had. I can conjecture a guess to say maybe or maybe not. He has seen something better from the other side than this. But every normal human being must have an internal logos for self-evaluation. So he takes the decision, he's a man of full age and competent understanding, and I wish him good luck. But the real reason they continue to hide, the real reason remains a riddle, wrapped in a mystery inside an enigma. They will never say it. But time will unfold all this.
Well, you said Prince Odigie has been expelled from the party. When did this happen? Was he the only person that was
suspended?
He's been suspended. When did this happen?
At least,
is it just hold on? Is he the only one?
Yes.
Because when he came onto this program, he said that he was not acting alone. That he's part of a group. Was it Integrity Group? I remember. I don't quite remember the label that he gave that particular group. Then you said, secondly, that other party leaders are with Monday Okpebholo. Does that include Francis Inegbeki, former deputy chairman of the party who resigned? Because the group that Emmanuel Odigie belongs to and Inegbeki, who resigned, all these are people who are against the candidacy of Senator Okpebholo. Will you say that all of them have been suspended? That's one. Number two, you were going to comment on the primaries because Prince Odigie said the primaries were flawed, but you haven't addressed that yet. Those two things.
Yes. Thank you. Okay, let me start from the rear. Of course, he has been suspended because we have seen him. He has come out to do his thing. You don't suspend people who have not come out To say he always said he's in the integrity group, which I see as faceless. And I'm sure he's leading the vanguard. But he will now leave because the danger of having a resident enemy, a fifth columnist in an organization, you know, is a shadowing group that will frustrate anything you do. So going out is better for us. And when you talked of other members, how many are they? How many? You should have put that, apart from Francis Nekbeneki, that one left on his own. He resigned. You cannot suspend someone who has resigned. It's like someone who commits suicide in order not to be murdered, but it's the same thing anyway. Or someone who resigns in order not to be sacked is the same thing anyway. So I am telling you that APC is sure-footed, APC is okay, and the unity now is more than before. And the victory of APC, I tell you, is guaranteed. I can guarantee the assurance that come September 21st, at the end of that election, PDP in Edo State, Labour Party in Edo State, history will not be sure they ever existed. As for the primaries were ahead. I think on this studio, I told you what followed then. And the next day, the same Emmanuel Odigie was on your program, where he said Oshomole wants to impose Dennis Idahosa so that he can collect money from the state to fight for Senate presidency. And you asked him that day if he was towing the same line that Paul Ohonbamu, who was here earlier, that the preceding day, did. I think he was a non-committer in that area. But what I'm telling you now, the primary was free and fair. And this is why there is no dissent. All the people, you know, he's a young with huge followership, the fire-eating moral exemplar, someone who has contested before, and his name is synonymous with politics in Edo State. Professor Osubo, former governor, Professor Dion Haine, your good friend, Dr. Ruben Abati, he is my comrade. We fought together to liberate Nigeria in the second independence, the independence from the military. We were in the human rights business together. He is an intellectual, a global scholar, and an activist intellectual, a political economist. So he has even gone to prison on grounds of democracy and fight for it. So he's an alumnus of Nigerian prison. So all these people, including a renowned bank official, Emmanuel Okwebo. In fact, all of them, the list is endless. The whole of them, from beginning to the end, they are working. They have even surrendered. They have even surrendered their facilities. Not just working, but they are committed. They surrendered their facilities because they know that not having Mode Okwebolo as governor will be paradise lost in Edo State. Okay, so I would like to ask you this. Number one will be, you've said a lot of things about this, your candidate, Mode Okwebolo, but we would like to know his educational background and qualification. The educational background of Okwebolo and qualification. Yes, he read business at me in University of Abuja, and he has concluded his thesis in masters in governance and international relations in the same school. In any case, he doesn't need more than a school cert to be a governor. The second question, he doesn't. No, it's even what he has is superfluous. No. Hang on a minute. Before all of the exaggerated wordings, let's go down to brass tacks. What will be? It's not exaggerated. No. It's not exaggerated. Excuse me. It's not exaggerated. It's what is due. I'm giving it to him. Before all the exaggerated wordings, let's ask, what will be the policy of Okwebolo to tackle challenges around infrastructure in Edo State? And why do you think he's a veritable candidate and against the likes of Asue Godalo and Olumide Akpata? First, Lord, thank you very much. As for Akpata, we were in one function. We were schoolmates. We graduated from University of Benin together. We went to law school, and he's very competent, qualified. But he's coming, I told him that day that it was anachronistic. That is the time for Edo Central. I told him, he's my friend. I know too, I'm not pretentious when I'm doing all these things. I told him straight away. But for Asue Godalo, I think I'm coming. The best for last. For Asue Godalo, I have seen him. We look at his antecedents. He continues to say, I will do. I will do. You cannot choose I will do over I have done this, I have done that, which Okpebholo is known for, and which are there on the ground. As well as Ighodalo, I can tell you when he was chairman of Nigerian Breweries, that company experienced tremendous advancement in the reverse. When there was serious loss, huge loss of amount to the tune of over 11 billion naira. He ran it down. The people there wanted his exit.
Was that so the cause of the loss?
Excuse me.
See, please, I have a right to ask
chairman,
questions.
under his watch.
Was it the cause of the loss?
I know. I am telling you, I'm responding that he was the chairman under his watch. Whether it's the cause or under his watch. If University of Ife fails today, he's the vice chancellor. Lilian Salami, they will hold responsible. If Nigeria crumbles today, he's the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, they will hold responsible. That's the truth. You cannot hold somebody, power flows from that, cascades down. That's what I'm saying. And you are free as a journalist. But at least when we, follow our heart desire, we don't cross the line.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I'm saying he was the head under his watch. I say under his watch.
Okay.
Under his watch. No other person. He was the chairman. So that's what I'm saying. Again, he has been in government of Edo State. He has been the head of the economic team. He has also been the head of the kitchen cabinet. I don't know if there's anybody in Edo that can come out to say he has been served with any delicious meal by Asue Ighodalo.
Is Asue a
these
chef?
are some of the things. And we talk of...
Is Asue a chef? What do you mean by all this?
We should know the... Wait now.
Break it down, please.
We should wait. We should know the power of metaphor. So if I say he has not been served with meal, it means he must go to kitchen.
In what context?
When I say kitchen cabinet, is it that...
In what context? In what context? Break it down.
Wait now.
How has he failed? In what context?
The failure of Obase... Wait now. The failure of Obase... You repeat a lot. I'm answering you.
Go ahead.
The failure of Obaseki. He's part and parcel. The failure of Obaseki. He's part and parcel of it. And he's a lawyer and very happy. He understands the Latin, mazim, nocito associate, meaning a thing not from his associates. He has been with Obaseki. All the policies of Obaseki, all the words of Obaseki. Today, as we speak, Edo State is stranded like a ship on the high seas, rudderless, with broken navigational aids.
Okay,
and seeking redemption.
In the spirit of exaggeration, now tell me what the savior Okpebholo will do. The savior Okpebholo, the captain of the ship, captain of the high seas.
Yes. When you talk like this, I know Rufai is talking. And when Dr. Ruben Abati is talking, I also know Ruben Abati is talking. Let me respond by telling you the antecedent. By telling you, I want to tell you the antecedent of Monday Okpebholo. Then we can make deductions from there. In the area of security, when Esa Land, that is the Edo Central, was under siege, they invited all Asian sons and daughters, those at least who have the means. Okpebholo came out and did his best. In fact, all the vehicles that their Talakwa security network they are using in Esa Land, he provided for them. He built the burnt down area command, single-handed, when he never knew he would ever contest. He built it, handed it over to the police force. Ask me what Asue Ighodalo gave them. After much pressure here and there, after begging, he gave them 100,000 to save people from kidnapping. So he has never been interested in Esa Land. He even registered for the first time during this last registration exercise. So I think Godwin Obaseki just brought him. And this is why we continue to say we will fight the infinity agenda of Godwin Obaseki. Because a vote for Asue Ighodalo is a vote for Godwin Obaseki. And since the time of Godwin Obaseki,
apart from security, what else has Okpebholo done? Apart from security, what else has he done? Go ahead.
He has constructed a lot of roads. They are out there. Excuse me. He has constructed a lot of roads. Let me finish now. He constructed a lot of roads in Edo Central. He constructed a lot of roads in Edo State. He has sponsored to the overseas to they pay their fees. He did everything.
Okay.
Not because he wants to contest the election.
All right.
He has given electricity to communities here and there. He has built structures.
All right.
And the people, he has free transportation. And he buys diesel. Thank you.
Honorable, thank you. I think we've heard.
Yes.
Now, I need to clarify a few things. Not holding brief for Mr. Ighodalo, but I think it wouldn't be fair to leave with saying that, oh, what he did in Nigerian breweries, because this is a man, if you wanted to criticize him on anything, but in terms of his experience, whether as a lawyer, gone to London School of Economics, as, a businessman, you cannot fault that. I think it's important to mention that. You can talk about, and that's why I was asking with regards to, whether he was one responsible for Nigerian breweries. He's led other organizations that have succeeded. But let me ask you, because you didn't quite answer in terms of the plans. Antecedents aside, I mean, we can check that, we can fact check that in terms of the many roads you talk about with his money, I want to assume, his personal funds, or at least as part of being in government. But what are his plans for industrialization? What are some of those things he wants to do for the young people of Edo State? What will he do differently from, because remember that under this same Obaseki that you talked about, the GDP of Edo State has increased. The debt profile has also, he's done quite well with the economy of Edo State. So what will Okpebholo do?
Let me quickly answer that of Obasi. He has done a lot for Edo. He continues to say we end well. That he's finishing strong, and he has put everything in place. But they are not visible. That's what I'm telling you. Maybe they are intangible achievements. They are not visible. It reminds me of that line in Samuel Coleridge's work, A Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, which says, water everywhere, but not a drop to drink.
No. Then, the NBS stats are there in terms of the economy of Edo State. So it's not about, it's there. The stat is backed by stats. So tell us what, because even the roads you're talking about, you're just mentioning roads. You haven't mentioned specific things that Mr. Senator Okpebholo has done. No. So share with us. So let's leave. How does he plan to improve? If
I made allusions. I made allusions to those things to tell you that he's already into service for the people. This is why he won election, even in the Senate. APC has never won election in Edo Central. It has been PDP. He's the one who came out and broke that jinx. For the first time in the history, APC is being represented at the Senate in Edo Central. And he wants to do the direct opposite, all the negatives, where we see that there are flaws in Obaseki's government. This is why he already has a think tank. Professor Sylvester Odigie I mentioned will be there. So many other people, because he does not want to make mistakes. Industrialization, of course, he has set up several industries.
Honorable Ohonbamu.
You say?
Honorable Ohonbamu.
Sir.
Does Okpebholo have a manifesto? I can hear you, sir. Does he have a manifesto? What is his agenda for the people of Edo State? Or is still preparing the manifesto and he will probably come up with it by last week of August? What we're asking for is, what is his manifesto?
No. His agenda, his manifesto is to transform Edo State through industrialization and to bring back the pride of Edo in agriculture, to ensure that education gets moved from the back seat to the front, to ensure that the youth are taken care of, and to develop the people from their position of poor criticals to true conquistador. All this, I tell you, he will do, because Obaseki did not quite succeed in this area. Governor Obaseki, for example, let's look at the hierarchy of needs, the simple one, the basic needs, physiological needs, food, water, and shelter. What has Obaseki done? We are going sector by sector now, if there is time. Food security, can you have it without proper planning agriculture? All the family lands in Edo have been handed over to multinational corporate companies like Ohonbamu, Presco, other Chinese companies. And their labor duty, is to take the land and get products for export. The local farmers are not taken care of. How can you have full security in that situation? That is that. And the corporate social responsibility of these companies are based on their magnanimity. No clear-cut agreement, nothing at all. The second one, we are talking of housing. No housing plans, nothing. Even the ones people built, they are brought down. They destroyed them. In the pretext that we want to create a mega city, they destroyed them, took their land over, and even as dastardly as the policy maker, Niccolo Machiavelli was, he warned that any leader must do away and stay clear of people's property and their wives. The reason is clear, that men sooner forget the death of their fathers than the loss of their patrimony. All these put together, they all form, the coalition of the injured. And Ohonbamu is coming to reverse all these things. Education is very important. What is more relevant in a society that craves for greatness? Is it the library or ShopRite? Governor Obaseki destroyed the library.
As we wrap up, why is Ohonbamu not coming to speak for himself? Yes. Would you promise us that Ohonbamu will subject him for an interview on Arise TV anytime soon?
Yes, very well.
Okay,
we'll
take you up on it. Thank you so much, sir. Sir, we have to go.
Thank you.
We have to go. Thank you so much. We'll take you up on it. We'll ask Ohonbamu to go.
Let him make his point briefly. We're running out of time.
Yes. Yes, thank you. I will say he's kind of person. This is why they misconstrue him. He's not the one who comes out to make noise. And he is very determined. But they fail to realize that deeper rivers flow in majestic silence. Ohonbamu is adopting those strategic rules of war. You know, politics is war without bloodshed, as Chairman Mao Zedong said. And he's adopting. Sir.
Well, okay. I think the point is well made. And I hope some of those things you said Ohonbamu would do, I hope they're already documented. And if you have such a document, we would like you to share with us for our records. Thank you very much indeed.